Now that we've seen a simple way to understand financial structures, let's look at what they actually look like in practice. If you've ever felt lost in the maze of financial structures, you're not alone. From multi-donut trust funds to debt for nature swaps, these structures can seem daunting. But here's the secret. They all share foundational principles that simplify their complexity. Imagine navigating a labyrinth with a map. That's what a good structure diagram will provide. Once you create it, even the most intricate blended finance structures become clear and manageable. We've already covered the key pieces, the foundational finance building blocks, so let's dive in. What exactly is this term, financial structure? There isn't a standardized definition of how a financial structure is depicted in a diagram. But when you think of this word, you might think of the debt and equity of a company or a project. But really, this is the capital structure diagram. Or you might see these kind of diagrams which are more conceptual in nature. In this case, it shows funding going into emerging markets, creating jobs. There's some fund managers and some donors, and they're providing some know-how. And it creates improved development outcomes. It's more storytelling than precision, which can be important, but it's not helpful when we are trying to understand the transaction precisely. So, for our purposes, we'll look at this kind of structure diagram, which we can also call a wiring diagram or funds flow diagram, in which things are clear. Boxes represent entities, and we have the ability, because it's clear, to apply certain principles like entity names and types and the nature of contracts. So let's take an example to highlight this. We'll look at a very large and globally important concessional loan fund called the Clean Technology Fund, or CTF.